finished filming my DNA results and I was like, you know what? I'm already set up and comfortable. Let's go ahead and film this unboxing. I've actually had this bag for a while. I think I've had it for a month. Definitely before Harvey and all that stuff. I actually bought it a couple of weeks before Harvey, and I was planning on filming it and having it go live the week that Harvey hit, and it just didn't work out. So here I am. It's been boxed up. I haven't opened it or used it yet, but let's go ahead and do a quick unboxing of it. I haven't seen it since I looked at it in the store. I love their new boxes. They're so beautiful. Based on the box, some of you guys probably already know what it is, but I literally haven't looked at it. I don't even know where the receipt is. Hopefully she gave me one. I probably already put it up, but let's go ahead. We can make this short and sweet, right? I love their new boxes. Here is, you guys probably already know what it is. I just love their packaging. Yeah, I must have already gotten the receipt. So here is it all folded up. I really wasn't planning on buying this bag anytime soon, but the way that it worked out was, it was just, you'll see. We'll talk about that in a second. But what I picked up, it was the last one in the store, and it was going to be going on, and I don't even know the verbiage. I don't remember the verbiage, but you guys know canvas is kind of gonna get a little sparse to get a hold of, and I knew I wanted to add this bag, and what I picked was the Neverfull GM and Azure. So it was always part of the plan to add and have the Neverfull trifecta. So I do have all three prints now, but I have two GMs, the monogram and Azure, and then MM in the Abine. And so I wanted to add this bag to my collection for a while, but like I said, I wasn't in a hurry, and I certainly wasn't in a hurry to add it come like for fall. But with the whole situation with canvas, I was in the store, and I don't even, honestly, it's been so long, I don't even remember why I was in the store, but I was in the store for something, and she asked me what bags were basically on my list, and I said, really, I only have one more canvas bag that I want, and it is the Neverfull GM and Azure. And she was like, okay, well, you know, just know that all the classics are going to be a lot harder and harder to get a hold of. So there is a rumor going around that Louis Vuitton is no longer going to be making canvas bags. That is absolutely not true. Absolutely not true. Canvas is going to be around. They are not stopping production, but they are going to make their stores about 80% leather bags. They want customers to walk in the store and see the majority of leather bags. They're trying to put less canvas bags on the shelves and only have about one canvas bag per each style available. For instance, before, if I would go in to buy a bag, a Speedy, let's just say, there's usually, there could be 5 to 10 Speedies on hand. If you go now, there might only be one. And the way that they are working it now, obviously every store is different depending on how much they probably sell, weekly, monthly, things like that. But I do know that the location that I go to, which is the Saks at the Galleria, they're only allowed to have one. Once they sell that one, then the warehouse will send them another one. And it's not until they sell that one will the warehouse send them another one. So they have to sell to get, and that's the way that it works. Now, it could be because of the size. It is a little bit of a smaller location versus the main. But even if you were to take that into consideration, let's just say at the main store, maybe they're only allowed to have 2, or maybe there's, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I just think it's one of those things that this bag, I had her look in the inventory, and she did say that they had one, because that's what I was expecting. They had one, but she said that it was going to go in low availability waitlist status within the next 2 weeks. And I just kind of decided, you know, I know that with the Pochette Métis, basically look at it this way. Canvas bags are going to be available very similarly to the way that the Pochette Métis is available. You can still buy them, you can still get them, you just have to get on the wait list and you have to wait. Maybe you'll get lucky and the store will have one in stock, but they're probably only going to have one here and there, and they're not going to, think about it like for instance, if I bought this Neverfull today, it's gonna take them a week to 2 weeks before they get the replacement Neverfull because I sold this one. So that means that store is gonna go about 2 weeks without having a Neverfull GM Azure. Does that make sense? So, and then if someone happens to go in that day and buy it, then it's gonna be another 2 weeks before they get the next one. So it's one of those situations where it's gonna be a little bit harder to get classic canvas pieces. Definitely. So just keep that in mind. And so the reason why I went ahead and decided to purchase this was because I didn't want to have trouble when I went to go buy this, let's say next spring. And so I decided to go ahead and pick it up. Like I said, I really wasn't planning on buying it. The money that I bought this bag with was actually supposed to go towards one of the bags that was on my wish list, but I'm okay with that because I knew I wanted to get this bag eventually. And so of course I did get the GM. I really am loving the GM size. It's been, I just really like it. I gravitate towards the mono, I gravitate towards the GM. And then of course, now I have all 3 pouches in the different patterns, which I love. I love these pouches. I use them all the time as wristlets. But yeah, so as far as the rumors go, canvas is not going anywhere. It's just gonna be a little bit harder to find, so just keep that in mind. It's not something that I would majorly stress out about. If you want a bag, get an essay. I know that that's something that a lot of people have talked about. Like I've talked about having an essay, and some people really like having an essay, and some people don't see the point in having an essay. This is exactly the kind of situation where I think it's beneficial to find somebody that you can develop a relationship with. If you develop a relationship with and there's a bag that's difficult for you to find and you don't have an essay, who is going to be working for you on that side? Do you see what I'm saying? Whereas if you have an essay and you let them know that you want a bag, they're going to order it for you. They're going to try to track it down. They're going to try to get it to you as soon as possible because you have a relationship with them. I'm not saying that this is going to be my last canvas bag, but this was my last canvas bag that was like a must at some point in my life. There are other canvas bags that I would consider, but they're not like I really, really want that. Like it's like a must in for a wish list for me. And this one was. I didn't want to get just like I had the trifecta classic Speedy 30, I wanted the trifecta of the Neverfulls in all 3 canvases. And so that was kind of my plan. Like I said, canvas isn't going anywhere. It's just gonna be a little bit more limited, especially available in store. You can probably still order online. I don't know if I'm gonna start ordering online. Probably not, because the relationship that I have with the store, and I just don't feel like that would be necessary for me. But if there were an instance where I really wanted something and it just wasn't available through the store, then I would. If you are in the market for a canvas bag, just keep that in mind. The longer that you wait, the more difficult it is going to be to get a hold of. Just the longer that it is gonna be, just like right now, like I said, the Favorite's difficult to get, the Pochette Matisse is difficult to get, all the toiletry bags are difficult to get, the sunglass case, things like that. All of the pieces, especially classics, are going to get harder and harder and harder to get a hold of. And I am just guessing, I do not know for sure, but the way that they did the Pochette Matisse price increase is how I believe they are going to handle price increases now on. I do not have any sort of insider knowledge on that. This is just me as a customer guessing. I do feel like they are probably going to go strategically that way instead of doing blanket price increases. I could be wrong. This is just a guess as a customer, that instead of doing blanket bright price increases, that the way that they did the price increase with the Pochette Matisse, the demand of it, the wait list got longer and longer, so they increased the price. And I feel like what they're gonna do with this canvas, with the lower production of canvas, with the less availability of canvas, they're going to probably take advantage of these wait lists. They're going to see which ones are the most in demand, the longest wait lists and things like that, and then probably increase those individual bags. Now, I'm not saying they won't ever do or I'm not saying that I don't think they'll never do a blanket price increase, because that's possible, but I also do feel like the way that they strategically price increase the Pochette Matisse is probably what they're going to do individually for canvas bags, as well as they see that the wait list for each individual bag becomes longer and longer and the demand for them becomes greater and greater. So just keep that in mind. Like I said, if you are in the market for a classic bag, that's why I went ahead and purchased this now. Like I said, I wasn't in the market to buy this bag anytime soon. Considering what's going on with the canvas, considering that they are going to be less readily available, and this one was going to go go on wait list within the next 2 to 4 weeks, my essay said. And so I just didn't want to go through the hassle of that. I did end up having to now wait for a little bit longer for a bag that I was holding off, because the money that went to this was actually meant for a bag that I've been saving up for, or at least another bag on my wish list. I don't know specifically which one, but another bag on my wish list. So I hope that kind of clears everything up with you guys. Canvas is not going anywhere. It's just the percentage of them are going to be less available in stores. You're no longer going to be able to go into a store and say, okay, show me all the speedies that you have and let me pick one. Show me all of this that you have and let me pick one. It's probably not going to happen with canvas pieces, at least anymore. So yeah, I strongly do believe developing a relationship with an essay is really where you probably want to go with this, especially if you do plan on getting more canvas bags in the future. But just in general, I do not think it's a bad idea. Like I said, I go to the Houston Galleria, the Saks location, not the main and not the one in Neiman's. I go to the Saks location, and I work with Missy. If Missy's not available, you can ask for Mike. I've always gotten really, really good service at that location with Missy or with Mike. They've always taken really, really good care of me. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that, like I said, clears everything up. It's gonna be fine at the end of the day. They're just handbags, but just know that you might have to just wait a little bit longer in the future for some canvas bags. And you expect to see a lot more leather in the stores. Expect that to change. And it's slowly rolling out now. It's already really basically in effect. Canvas is already more difficult to get a hold of now. If you try to get something from your essay, it's just taking a little bit longer. But anyways, you guys have a good day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.